it just has to be something I enjoy. And right now, being out in the world with everything going on, I don't know if others feel this way, but having a boss that, like, your income and your goals and everything kind of depends on what they are willing to pay you, it's hard because it's like, I'm worth more than that. Well, welcome to my channel. My name is Sadani Opal. You're probably new here since I'm also new. You're probably here because you have quit your job or you're thinking about quitting your job. And I also came here looking at a video for the same reason. So here I am. I quit my job 2 weeks ago. And I do it again. I did not give a notice. I was just fed up. So I decided to go. I wasn't happy. My job was like 40 minutes away from my house. And with school and with a life, I was spending altogether like 10 hours being at work and getting to work and each day out of my life, and to have my schoolwork suffer because of that, and to not feel valued by my employer, I just couldn't see myself carrying on to working there. I really hope that quitting a job because it isn't making you happy can be normalized, because I know that I'm someone who used to really not want to quit a job even when I was unhappy, and I really wouldn't want to quit a job, especially if I had nothing lined up, which I don't. I don't have anything lined up. I do have like options as far as making money, so that's what I'll capitalize on. But for the most part, I don't have another boss that is pending, none of that. So I also felt like there was no time for healthy work-life balance within working 40 hours a week and spending basically 10 of those hours preparing to work. So basically a whole 50 plus hours in the week just to do the work. And then I also had to, sleep for 8 hours, and that's each day. And then there's only 24 hours in a day, so yeah. I went in to the office and I spoke to my supervisor. I explained to her that I would be leaving and that I will not be giving a notice, and that I will not be staying for past this conversation with her, basically. So I went in one morning and I packed up my items and I said, this is it, and I left. And I still feel a bit in shock, to be honest, but I feel like a giant weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. I feel so free. I feel ready. I feel excited about my future, about choosing me and choosing my happiness and showing up for myself. And I feel like for so many years I was like putting so much pressure on myself to be so perfect and to always build my resume and like want to prove myself to these people, and I felt like I was never going to be able to do that and never going to be able to be this perfect robotic employee that they were looking for. So I figure, why give myself the headache? And here I am. So I guess if you are interested in YouTubers and looking to watch videos or whatever, I'll be here, and I'm going to be a little bit more annoying and more consistent about posting, because I definitely want to take a step back from trying to find a job for somebody and trying to fit into society's mold, and it's just a miserable experience. I'm not really interested in living to work, or working to live, I should say. Like, I'm more interested in living and also working to help my life, like help my lifestyle. I don't want work to be my lifestyle. And if it is my lifestyle, I guess, like, if it just has to be something I enjoy. And right now, being out in the world with everything going on. I don't know if others feel this way, but having a boss that like your income and your goals and everything kind of depends on what they are willing to pay you, it's hard because it's like I'm worth more than that. And I'm so tired of being undervalued and having to basically play two roles, play two personalities, and have basically my home life, and I get that that's normal, like my home life or the personality or the person that I am outside of work, and then the person that I have to become at work, and I don't like that. And I get that you have to be professional and things like that, but it's basically changing who I am, the way I talk for the most part. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And I also found it very difficult to relate to my coworkers, and I feel it was the same for them to relate to me. And I understand that we're not here to, like, you don't go to work to make friends, but when there is a cultural disconnect at your place of employment, it makes it difficult to build rapport. Especially, like, there's a few differences that it makes it difficult to build rapport. Age and culture definitely are the two top major ones for me. Definitely. So yeah, just kind of living now. Just kind of living, taking it day by day, resting a lot because I was not sleeping before. I had the most intense first 4 months of this year. I quit my job on April 27th. It's now May 13th. And I still feel like that anxiety that you get at night before you're supposed to go to work. The next day, I still get that anxiety, like, oh God, gotta start winding down because I gotta go to work in the morning. And I'm hoping that one day I won't have that feeling, because there are times I sit down and I think about all the things that I want to do and all the projects and like places I want to be and goals that I have, and I know that working for somebody may not get me there. I need to be working for myself and being my own boss and showing up for myself and giving myself the same sense of urgency that I give to a boss. And if I'm able to accomplish that, which I'm going to document during this whole process, during this whole YouTube journey, I'm going to try to be able to show you guys my journey. And this is where it started. This is where it starts. I quit my job in a field that I thought that I really wanted to be in. And I still do want to be in that field, but not in the same capacity. Definitely not in the same capacity where I feel crippled. Where I feel like I have to prove myself to someone. If you thought that I was good enough to hire, I should be good enough to handle the tasks without without you claiming that I'm, I don't know. I should be paid what I'm worth, is really what I'm trying to say. I should be paid what I'm worth. So here we go. Here is to the start of something new. Here's to the start of my new life and to creating the reality that I'd like to live in. But yeah, please let me know down in the comments if you guys can relate to this. I know that I'm not like giving the most eye contact and whatever, but this is definitely a difficult thing for me to do. This job is a job that I really wanted, and I had gotten it last year, actually. I had gotten this job last year, and with everything with COVID, and I was not able to start for 9 months. And then when I decided, I wasn't sure when I would be able to start, so I decided to go back to school. And once I decided to go back to school is when they also decided they needed me. So I don't know, I thought that once they called, it was like a godsend, and that is all my prayers being answered after a year basically of being unemployed. I thought that was exactly what I needed, is to jump into this and try to balance school and a relationship and my family and my home life, like personal life and well-being and mental health and all those things. I thought that it would be just me hitting the ball running, like, or whatever they call it, you know, getting the shit done. No more resting. I rested for 9 months, but I didn't realize how quickly you can get to that burnout state, especially when you're not sleeping properly at night and you're not like doing laundry and like taking proper care of yourself, and self-care has gone out the window, and your hair looks crazy and your skin looks terrible because like it's just everything. You're not eating well, you're eating out all the time. Like there's so many things that just are not worth it for a paycheck. And being unhappy in your mental health is at the top for me. And when it got to the point where I was crying and calling out of work, not because I was sick, but because I was just exhausted and needed rest, and then going back to work with judgment from coworkers, it's just, it's not what anyone needs. And I'm really proud of myself for being able to get out of that situation, and I hope that this gives anyone else the courage to be able to do the same, because last year I could not imagine that I would be unemployed. Before this, I would not quit a job without having another job lined up, and I would judge other people who did that, who would just quit, and I would be like, oh yeah, you are not giving it a try, you're not being fair to the job, you're not trying. And I can honestly say that I feel terrible about ever judging anyone for doing this, like, because sometimes you just have to get out of a situation that just isn't serving you, even if it's something that you really hoped for and wanted for and prayed for. Sometimes your dreams are not it's just not what you had imagined, and it's okay. It's okay to be like, wow, I really wanted this thing, and now that I have it, it's not exactly serving me in the way that I'd hoped it would. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I really hope that we're able to say, you know what, I changed my mind. This isn't it. And for this situation, I think it is everything that I needed. I got the experience. I don't feel like I lost too much from the situation. And now I know. Now I know. And I don't have to live with like, oh, if I had gotten that job, if I was able to do that job, and then it would be okay. Because I have gotten to do the job, and now I realize that is exactly not what I had needed. And focusing on my personal growth, my personal journey, and beginning a business. And that's what I need. A new beginning, a new start, one where I focus on my skills and my potential, and I'm really excited about that. I'm very excited to see where this goes, and to see that I would be capable, and I am capable of creating the life that I would like to live. So I hope that this video is one that helps other people, because you deserve to be happy. You don't need to work for somebody who doesn't value you and value your skills, and who is not willing to see the potential that you see in yourself. So enough of that. Enough of it. Stand up and go. Just get out of there. Because they're going to replace you. And there's going to be so many other people who can do your job. And that may be happy. That environment might make them happy. So in a way, you may be blessing someone else. So don't be afraid. I know it's going to be scary, because that's still terrifying now. But if you have the support around you, if you talk to your friends and family about what you want to do, if you do want to leave, and they support you, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what your employer is going to think or if they're going to try to make you feel bad. At the end of the day, it's what's best for you. And that's something that we all need to really consider, especially people that tend to put others first before themselves, and don't take care of themselves and what makes them happy. So, yeah. Please let me know if this resonates with you, or if you'd like to hear more from me. I can talk about more about how I went about it, and basically whatever you would like to know. Just don't be afraid to talk to me in the comments. I'll be here. Alrighty. Bye-bye.